Hey everybody, welcome back to our Disreputable podcast. My name is Brandon. Pardon the sore throat here. It's that time of year here in the Pacific Northwest. This is episode 5, and if you can tell, I'm not here with Dean. Dean is doing business elsewhere, so I invited a friend.
Yep.
His name is Lewis.
Yes, sir.
And Lewis and I became friends, I guess, this year, really.
It was this year. I think we were following each other for a while and then, but
yeah,
this year, yeah.
You own I'll call a company, and then I'll let you explain what that company is. You own a company here in the 253 area.
Yeah.
What's the name of the company?
On-Site 253 Fitness.
On-Site 253 Fitness. For the viewers that may know nothing about that, what was the reason for the name On-Site?
On-Site comes from it's like a term me and my family and friends used to say growing up. It's more of a sports kind of term.
Okay.
On-Site just means I'm ready. It doesn't matter where you see me at, whether it's a football game, at the gym. I'm just always ready. I'm on-site. And it was just more of a mentality we took on to each other. Like, you could never catch me not prepared.
Yeah, nice.
So, especially in the football games and stuff, we were like, if the game was at 7, it's on site at 7 tonight.
You played football growing up?
Yes, sir.
Did you play any other sports?
Yeah, I was into everything. Soccer, track. I played everything growing up. And then when I got to high school, I stuck to track, football, and basketball.
Why have I noticed, this is totally off subject, but this is our podcast. We can do what we want. Why do a lot of basketball players or football players also do track? What's the connection there? Just keep them flexible? And
track will single-handedly, I think that's the best sport to develop your explosion, your speed, and there's nothing like literally racing next to somebody. You know what I mean? You'll never know how fast you are until
you line it up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we're getting away from that these days. I think a lot of kids are caught up in just playing one sport all year round.
Right.
But I think the best athletes that I know of and that I grew up around, they played everything all year round. Yeah.
Growing up, let's talk about growing up. You're a Tacoma kid?
Yes, born and raised.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
I always ask this. So TG or St. Joe's?
Man, this I'm not even supposed to say this.
Okay.
So technically, I think I was born at St. Clair's, which is in Lakewood now. Don't tell anybody this. Yeah. Because back...
No judgment.
They might
this is a reputable podcast.
Yeah. So I think I was born at St. Clair's, but back then it was still Tacoma. So,
okay.
Yeah. But,
so St. Clair's.
Yep.
And then your family stayed here. You just stay here your whole life, or
so my family's originally from my mom and everybody. They're from Texas.
Okay.
I don't know exactly why they came up here, but so most of my family's from Texas and Louisiana, and then me and my siblings are from Tacoma.
Nice.
So the majority of everybody's up here though.
Yep. Yeah. Shout out to what elementary school?
Jefferson
Elementary.
Bruins. Yep.
And then
can you believe I was school president?
Let's go, bro.
I don't know who let that happen.
School president, class president, right here.
I was class president.
That's dope.
Then did I get impeached? I think I got in trouble for you sell the cookies and stuff after school.
Yeah.
I was giving the homies discounts. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I think I got in a little trouble.
I call that making friends.
Yeah.
But
I was just trying to look out for my friends.
So Jefferson Elementary.
Yep.
And then
Truman Middle School.
Middle.
Yep.
And then
Wilson
High School.
Yep.
Wilson High School. Now I'm not putting words in your mouth. We've had a conversation, but it was at Wilson was kind of when you were starting to understand hey, I could do something with my athleticism, and there could be more to my life than just high school football, and then I'll go do something else.
Well, yeah,
you discovered something there.
Definitely. I grew up down the street from Lincoln,
okay.
So that was but I already had a family history at Wilson. My sisters, my cousins. It was a long line of people that I grew up around that went to Wilson. So I kind of followed that route.
Right.
And then I guess you could say I started to excel when I got there as far as sports, football.
I feel like you're being modest, kind of.
I was all right. I played with NFL guys, so I really wasn't the best. I was always, when I was... I think my sophomore year, I played behind an MVP player, Tomasi Unga. He was an outstanding running back.
Okay.
At the time, he ended up going to Division I. And then my junior year, I was blocking for my cousin, Desmond Trufant.
Okay.
Xavier.
He's your cousin?
Yep. And that's who I opened the gym with as well.
Okay.
That's the founder of the gym. And then at the same time, my other best friend, Xavier Cooper, who went on to Washington State and then get drafted by the Browns. So we had
Yeah, a squad.
On paper, yeah.
Right.
But we didn't do too well until my senior year. But we had a lot of good individuals.
Right.
Yeah, so it was competitive for sure.
You said you weren't the best.
It was all right.
But you were playing with really great athletes.
Definitely.
I'm sure there were more on that team than just the ones.
Team and then in the league as well. It was pretty loaded at the time.
Did that propel you to be better?
Definitely.
What is it like when you are the best? I'm sure there are certain arenas that you're better than a lot of other people. What is it like when you are the best, and then what is it like when you're not the best? Talk through those two areas.
I think just iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
There's no. I don't think if you ever get to a place, especially in sports or just in any field, when you feel like you're the best, then you're gonna plummet quickly.
Right.
So it's everyday competition growing up. It didn't matter if it was practice, games, dominoes, a friendly game of basketball. It doesn't matter. So we were constantly at each other's neck about it. But it just breeds excellence. Right. And then you're going to come across a time when you leave that small, whether that's your high school or your league or whatever.
Right.
You're going to play somebody from the other side of the fence, and you'll figure out if know who's really the best. So I think that just breeds excellence.
Yeah. There's a quote that we usually say around my circle, and it's like, if you're the smartest person in the room, we could apply the best person in the room, and that room could be a locker room or a conference room. But if you're the smartest or the best person in the room, then you might need to find another room.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Because you're not growing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And life to me is all about phases, it feels like. I can remember being the top dog in 8th grade. Right, you think you are the man, right?
The man.
And then what? And then you go to the bottom, as a freshman,
and
then you work your way. You're the man as a senior, and then you go to
Definitely.
Life feels like it's like that.
Especially in sports too. If you get lucky enough to play at the next level, whether that's going from middle school to high school to college, it changes quickly. And the farther you go up, the bigger you realize that there's a gap. There's you have to get better at all times.
What is the mindset of greatness to you? I'm sure there's a million books. We could probably read these books in here. This is what it takes. This is what it takes. But you've been around greatness. Yeah. You've seen what greatness looks like. What do you feel like is similar from this person to this person? What's that mindset of greatness look like?
I think the mindset is just, there's no ceiling. Just there's always something to strive for, whether you set your goals to whether to run this time or to get this career or to travel to this place, and then once you set it, it's like, all right, what's next?
Right.
And I've been lucky enough to be surrounded and grow up around a lot of successful people and hungry people, so I think that mindset is just, there's never a max out, like, all right, like you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always something you can get better at, the pursuit of perfection. And that's just not in sports. That's just in life. Like, there's always another level you can get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel stuck?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about that.
Multiple times. I mean, I've had 5 knee surgeries and shoulder surgery. So 6
total surgeries.
6 total, yeah, from football. And I'd be forgetting about it now because I don't have to play no more.
Right.
But that grounded me a lot. I always felt like when I was at my peak, an injury would happen. I had 3 back-to-back. I was at Central for 2 years.
Okay. So for those that are watching that don't know, you graduated from Wilson High School.
Yep.
Went to
Central Washington.
Okay.
I walked on that. I thought I was good enough to receive scholarship offers and stuff from bigger schools, so I was kind of banking on that. I had got a scholarship offer from Central, and I honestly, they left a voicemail. But this is when house phones still existed.
The landline.
Yeah, the landline. And I didn't know, honestly, for several weeks. And because I was set on going to Washington State, I was going to get admitted, walk onto the team.
Okay.
And,
Cougars?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And I didn't get accepted for whatever reason. And then come to find out, Central had offered me, but then by that time they pulled it off the table. So I got into the school, I walked on, earned a scholarship, played my true freshman year, and then had surgery. And then...
Had surgery because you got injured?
Knee, yep. Little knee injury.
Yep.
Went in, cleaned some stuff up. Cool rehab, great shape. Come in sophomore year, play, start, everything. Yep. Surgery again. Same knee. And then at that time, I wanted to change positions. So I wanted to play defense. I really didn't want to play running back, but I was kind of an athlete. So they just put me where they wanted. They wouldn't let me play what I wanted to play, so I was like, whatever, I'm going to pack my bags. So I literally packed my bags up and drove from Ellensburg to Portland.
Okay.
And walked on to Portland State. And from D2 to D1, you got to sit out a year.
Right.
So I had to sit out a year anyway, but you still practice and everything. And then, boom, I blew my, know Brandon Roy?
Yeah.
So I had microfracture surgery, which is what Brandon Roy had, Greg Oden. So you lose a chunk of cartilage. It's a really long recovery.
Right.
It takes about 8 to 10 months. So that happened, boom, rehab, everything's good. Come back out around next year, and I do the same thing to the other knee. So
what are you telling yourself?
I mean, you go through every emotion in it.
I can imagine.
Yeah, you break down, you cry, and at this time too, like I said, my circle is doing well.
Right.
They're Dez is killing it at UW.
Okay, so all along, you're over here going through 5, 6 surgeries.
Yeah.
Your homies that you love, brothers,
balling,
they're crushing.
Balling, yeah. So it was tough, but I think that's what got me to the point I am today. To get back to your question, you have to fall in order to. Well, I always tell people it's okay to fall as long as you land on your feet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that taught me a lot about myself and being able to bounce back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your journey, but you said it just a minute ago. You kind of felt like all of that brought you to where you are today. It's funny to me because I feel like people don't understand. People don't always recognize. They see the success, but they don't. I don't even think this day and age, these young kids, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't really think they grind, the grind or whatever, But it's like people see the success, they want the success, but they don't understand the hustle or the grind that it takes to achieve success. When I say success, okay, what does success look like to you? What is success to you?
To me, success is just leaving a legacy. You know what I mean? Changing. It's easy to do something for yourself,
right?
But to me, success is being able to do something for others without the expectation of getting something back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think I gauge my success off of the impact that I have, whether that's changing people's, physical, giving people inspiration to be a better version of themselves.
Right.
Or just being like, leaving a legacy where that, like, I feel like people, if my name comes up, people will be like, he did best with what he could do.
Right.
I mean, he tried his best in his field.
Yeah.
So I think that's success. I mean, everybody has different, whether you want the biggest house, the nicest car.
Sure.
We all want that. But I think ultimately, especially with everything happening with Kobe, I think success is like your legacy. Like, what are people going to say about, what you made them feel, or, you know what I mean?
Beautiful. Yeah. I feel like growing up where you're taught success is a destination.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a house, a car, whatever. But man, it's leaving something behind for someone else, which is what I love about On-Site Fitness. Because if you ask me, fitness is a part of it. I think it's fitness, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so you want people to achieve their fitness goals and stuff like that. But I've been there.
Yep.
It feels like it's more than fitness. What do you do? Like what's the purpose of On-Site Fitness?
Yeah. It's just it's an experience. It's obviously we train anybody from professional athletes to kids to women but I think overall it's just, it's a different, it's like a culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's somewhere, it's a judgment-free zone.
Right.
It's somewhere where you want to come, you want to laugh, you want to dance, if you're having a hard day, it's not like your normal gym. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people come into our gym, and I used to always, when we do our group workouts, we all walked in strangers and we left as friends.
Right.
So it's just a unique place where you feel like you can go meet new people, have fun. Obviously, you're going to get a great workout.
Right.
But it's more about the connections you made and just the experience you had.
Yeah.
So,
this past year, 2019.
Yeah. Roller coaster.
Yeah. In what ways?
If you would ask me, it's still humbling today to just know that when I leave here, I'm going to walk into a gym full of people. The same time last year, I was working at the casino right up the road, and I was training people on the side.
This time last year?
Yeah, a year ago to today. I was working at the casino, And I was contemplating on if I was going to go all the way in with the gym. Like, I had one foot in at the door. I was good at my job, but I was kind of scared to take the leap. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy to think what can happen in a year.
What did it take?
A lot of faith. Okay. And you just gotta take that leap sometimes. I tell people you can't steal second base and keep your foot on first.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So it took that, and I was support, man. Like, I have an amazing support system from my cousins to my family, my mom, my sisters. The community got way by, seeing people run around with 253 hoodies and stuff on. I was like, all right, now I have the feeling like I won't fail because I have support behind me.
Right.
So
I felt like that too. I think that's how I met you.
Yeah.
Was you see a post. It's the power of social media, and it's the power of brand.
Yeah.
Marketing. You create these sweatshirts. You start seeing, man, who is this guy?
Yeah.
The beard's kind of catchy.
I couldn't let it go.
Yeah. I think one day we have mutual friends, and then we had never really talked, and then you walked into our church, and I'm like, oh, I know that guy. So, came up. It's interesting, how people's paths cross.
Yeah.
2019, as much as a roller coaster as it's been, this time last year you were at a casino, and now where you are here in 2020, but it was still in the middle of the roller coaster. I personally feel like you did your life's purpose, if you ask me, because tell them what you did for kids during Thanksgiving and Christmas, because just to be honest, most fitness gyms aren't too concerned about kids eating or making sure they have gifts. It seems like, hey, come into my place, let me teach you how to bench press and up your muscle, and then pay me your $52 and then I'll see you next time or something like that, right? But I'm sure there's fees and stuff that you have involved, but you're giving, bro, which is a different way of doing business. Talk about why would you do something like that?
I don't know. That's just how I was raised. I came up around a lot of giving people, and obviously my family, the True Font Family Foundation, I've seen them give for years and years now.
Right.
So I always said if I had the opportunity, I would try to do the same. So around this same, or it was probably Thanksgiving 2018, I think, when I started training people on the side. So I kind of had two different hustles. And we did our turkey drive at the Eastside Community Center. That was our first one.
Right.
And then fast forward to this year, we did another one a little bit bigger. We've done 2 Christmas shopping events. I think that's what cemented that we were in the lane we were supposed to be in.
Right.
2008 Christmas 2018, I think we took. Daz was already at the time. He's down in Atlanta. He did a Christmas shopping event where he takes kids from the Boys and Girls Club and takes them on a shopping spree, et cetera, et cetera. He surprises them.
Right.
Kids that are obviously in need. So at this time, after the Thanksgiving event, I was like, I want to do that up here. Can we make that happen? And this was 10 days before Christmas, too.
Right.
And then we put it together. So we took, got a shuttle bus, 10 kids. They all got $300 or whatever to go spend at Walmart.
That's great. And this was money that was donated?
This was money that was we put it donated between Dez, myself, Marcus, and then, because there's matches and stuff like that in the NFL. So boom. And it's just started since then. We've done a backpack giveaway. We did a back to school backpack event with free haircuts and all types of stuff. So I think that's what it's about. I enjoy seeing people, hit their bench press mark or get ready for, but just to see the looks on kids' faces, and then giving away the tuxedos and stuff, and it's just
right. What did you give away tuxedos for?
This wedding shop, the Wedding Bill. Shout out to them. They donated me a bunch of tuxedos because they were getting ready to remodel or move or do something.
Yeah. So
I turned around and any kid that I was coaching at the time, Wilson, Lincoln, they came, got fitted for homecoming, or
That's awesome.
And they got to keep them forever.
Yeah.
And I got a storage unit right now full of tuxedos.
That's crazy, man.
So,
how cool is that?
It's just a blessing.
Yeah. I noticed on your post, you say you use the term Tacoma kids.
Yeah.
I want to know a little bit about that, but I also want to know, how important is it for you to share with people that is there a mantra? Okay, let me go here. Is there a mantra that you get stuck in Tacoma?
Yeah.
Because I moved from Tennessee, a small town in Cleveland,
Yep.
Tennessee, to Tacoma, Washington. So it's a little bit bigger here. It seems like that people's thinking is a little bit more expanded than it was in the little Bible Belt of southeastern Tennessee. But when I moved here, I noticed, man, it feels like a lot of people are trying to get out of here, and I'm moving in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that about?
I mean, I think it just depends on. Like I said, you can go from, in a 5-minute drive, you can go from a beautiful part of town in Tacoma, the rest in, and then 5 minutes later you can end up in a little rougher of an area. And I think it's just it's all about the circumstances you grew up around. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people want to get out of Tacoma because they feel like there's nothing bigger than what they grew up around.
Got you.
But my thing, which is totally understandable, I'm all for a try. I've been lucky enough to go places and see different things, but I think if we build up what we have, it'll change what we came up around.
Right.
So, and I think and I think we're headed that way. There's a lot of people in the community that are doing a lot of great things to give back and change the narrative of how we grew up and what we grew up around.
Right.
And but I think at the same time that's what gives us an edge on people.
Right.
I don't know. Like, it's just something about being from here. You just have a little edge to you.
And there's pride.
Oh yeah.
When you think of IT or Dez is a great example of that, and I'm sure you could list a numerous amount of people. It's not like representing Seattle, Washington. It's like no. Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah, definitely.
And don't get it.
Yeah,
twisted.
You can't mix the two.
Yeah.
No disrespect to anybody. Yeah,
sure.
But it's a pride thing, because it's so much talent here. Not just in sports. It doesn't matter. Music, art, politics. It's a lot of great people doing a lot of great things. But I think if you're not from here,
right, and
you just look up Tacoma or what you've heard, you may have heard the negative stuff.
Right.
So I think that's where the pride comes from too. It's like, no, people are like, no, we got a lot of, look who's from here, look what we're doing over here.
Yeah.
Look where we came from. So the pride is everything.
Tacoma in itself, if you do Google it, it is rather disreputable. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, man, only people like yourself can change that narrative.
Yeah.
Let's answer this question. Then I know we got to close. When you put Tacoma Kids, what does that mean?
I'm just a Tacoma kid.
You're a Tacoma kid.
That's the name of our nonprofit.
Okay.
Tacoma Kids with a Z on the end. That's me and Desmond's nonprofit.
Okay.
And that's where we do, technically our gym is a nonprofit training facility. Okay. And we want to eventually grow it to where the underprivileged kids get to come for free and all that. And that's where we do all the events from, the back to school stuff. So I think it's just being a Tacoma kid. It's just, like you said, it's the pride, it's the hunger, it's the joy of being proud of where you came from and taking that and showing other people from other areas, like, I'm a Tacoma kid, but I'm still a success story.
Right.
So
what can people watching? We not only are going to have students, athletes, we're going to have business owners and stay-at-home moms and dads. I mean, this is a plethora of people that watch. What can they do? What could someone watching, listening on YouTube or listening on iTunes, what can they do to help?
Yeah, definitely. To help, I mean, number one is I tell people all the time, it costs $0 to show love. It's free to show love. So whether that's liking a picture, telling a friend about somebody, sharing the post, it costs $0 to show love. You know what I mean? Just to be organic about it. If you ever wanted to donate or sponsor a kid or anything like that that you know of, or we have the website onsite253.com. Okay. And then there's a link for Tacoma Kids on there that'll take you to the nonprofit side.
Perfect.
So on that end, but just showing love, man. Word of mouth it's a small world. You know what I mean? And just showing love is organic.
And if people are like, okay, this kind of inspired me, I want to check this place out, where can they find your gym?
5636 South Adams Street. It's in Tacoma, right off of South Tacoma Way, not too far from the mall.
Yeah.
It's kind of right centrally located in the city, not too far from the freeway, not too far. It's not hard to get there. Yeah. And like I said, there's the website, and then social media is huge. At onsite253, it'll pop up, and Yeah.
You are I will say it, and you can believe it or not. I believe you're a legend in this community, man. I really do. And because legends to me aren't people that get trophies. Yeah. Legends to me are people that know what it's like to go through hard times, persevered, had a dream, working on a dream,
Yeah.
haven't arrived yet, keep going, and the difference you're making, not only in people's lives, physically, emotionally, spiritually,
Yeah.
is huge, man.
I
And
appreciate
just
it.
being on here and sharing a brief part of your story
Yeah.
is huge. And we'll have you back. If you haven't checked out
Well, I
Onsite
appreciate
253,
that. Thank you.
absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate
thank
you, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out Onsite 253. You heard it. Instagram.
Yep.
You can go to the website.com. But make sure you show some love. Follow. Make sure you follow. Share this. Share this on YouTube. Share it with 3 people. We have a little goal, man. You can. He said, what did you say a minute ago? You said that what is free? You said
It costs $0 to show love.
costs $0 to show love.
Yeah.
So you can share, send to a friend. But thanks for watching. We'll hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.